I want to tell you about a conversation that changed the way I think about technology, business, and the future of entire nations. It was a client meeting with a senior technology leader. We were deep into a conversation about AI strategy, vendors, and trust. And in the middle of that, they said something I wasn't expecting. We don't just need the best AI, we need AI we own. AI that can't be switched off by someone in another country, AI that reflects who we are. I drove home thinking about that, not about the deal, about the idea. That leader was articulating a global strategic shift. Because the question isn't just, what can AI do? The question is, who controls it? And the answer determines who leads the next century. We are living through the single most consequential technological shift in history. Worldwide AI spending will hit $2.5 trillion in 2026. To put that in context, that is not a technology budget. That is a civilizational bet. The era of borderless AI is ending. If you are building a commercial strategy in this environment, you need to understand what this means. Let's walk what I got wrong. When I started thinking seriously about AI strategy for my clients, for the organizations I work with, my initial frame was platform comparison. Which model is most powerful? Which has the best benchmarks? Which one integrates most smoothly? That is a reasonable starting point, but it is the wrong ending point. Because the deeper I went into real enterprise deployments, the more I saw that the technical question and the strategic question are not the same question, and confusing them is an expensive mistake. When I was working through AI adoption with clients, the first experiment we ran was capability-led. We picked the most powerful models, we built workflows, we measured quality. But then the questions started coming from legal, from risk, from the board, and they weren't asking about benchmark scores, they were asking, where is our data going? The solution wasn't to find better technology, it was to completely reframe the question from which AI is best to which AI do we control. That reframe is exactly what is happening at national level right now, and the leaders who understand it early are the ones who will define the next decade. Every country is now an AI country. The question is whether they are building their own capability or renting it from someone else. Every country is now an AI country, whether they have chosen to be or not. The question is whether they are building their own AI capability or renting it from someone else, whether they are shaping the technology that defines their future, or whether it sits in a server farm in another jurisdiction, subject to another country's laws. That is not a theoretical risk, it is already happening. Let me walk you through what is happening across the world. The United States is running a private sector-led model. Move fast. Let competition drive capability. Stay ahead through scale and talent. China has taken the opposite approach. Infrastructure, governance, and development aligned as a unified national strategy. Baidu, Alibaba, Huawei. The European Union is trying something difficult, building frontier AI while being the world's most rigorous regulator. Mistral is the symbol of that ambition. India is the most fascinating story. Engineering talent and digital infrastructure deployed at scale, transforming economic participation for hundreds of millions. The UAE and Saudi Arabia are making sovereign AI an explicit pillar of their economic strategy, embedding AI into infrastructure at an extraordinary scale. Across Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America, the conversation is urgent. But the risk is becoming AI consumers rather than AI producers. Decision makers are prioritizing platforms that align with local values over those with the largest datasets. Raw capability is no longer the only axis. The largest training dataset is not automatically the winning model. The most trusted, most locally aligned model is. This is the new decisive variable. What does all of this mean if you are a technology sales leader, a commercial director, or a CXO building AI strategy right now? 3 things, and I want to be direct about each one. First, your AI platform decisions are now geopolitical decisions. That is not an exaggeration. Gartner predicts that by 2028, 65% of governments will introduce new technology sovereignty requirements. Second, sovereignty-aware AI is a competitive advantage, not a compliance cost. The organizations that build AI on sovereign, trusted foundations are building a quality of trust that is commercially valuable. Third, the human question has never mattered more. As AI becomes embedded into national infrastructure, the quality of human judgment becomes the decisive variable. I started this walk with a story about a client who said, "We need AI we own." I've been thinking about that ever since. The question of who owns AI is ultimately a question about who shapes the future. We are not spectators, we are participants. AI can change the world, it is already changing the world. The only question is, on whose terms? I'm walking, I'm thinking. If this landed, share it, drop it in the comments, see you out there.